Grand Rising St. Lucia. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. We have free features in store for you today. But before we go into that, we're going to hear from the news desk the updates on what's going on in St. Lucia.
Good morning. St. Lucia has taken a significant step toward regulating land development with the introduction of new legislation. Effective November 1st, 2024, the land development regulations, including the St. Lucia Building Code and Environmental Impact Assessment regulations, have officially been enacted into law.
Having the regulations gives us a greater ability to represent the responsibilities of that legislation at the courts. So persons can be comforted knowing that in building or in developing according to the regulations, we are more in accordance with the provisions of the law. In going forward, we see that the regulations will put a better structure in how persons develop. So for example, with the land development regulations, you have what is called setbacks. Persons are required to build a particular setback from the property boundary to their structure. That is what is called a setback. Setbacks provide privacy. They allow for, in case there's an emergency, for emergency personnel to move between those setbacks, to have access to structures. It allows for the structure to breathe so that you have light and air coming into the structure. So all these now form part of our regulations.
The Development Control Authority is informing the public about updated fees and the introduction of new forms that accompany these changes through a new public education campaign. In other news, St. Lucians are being urged to seize a life-changing opportunity with 400 scholarships for Google certification programs, thanks to a partnership between Black-owned Brockton and St. Lucian entrepreneur Sherwin DUPES Bryce of DUPES Did It Music.
As I currently live in Brockton, Massachusetts as a St. Lucian national, I have become associated with a company by the name of Black-owned Brockton, which is a non-profit that is supporting Black-owned businesses in the community. As a result of the relationship that we built over the years, an opportunity came around for us to collaborate, to partner on assisting people of both of our communities into getting certifications that will allow them to further themselves and get more job opportunities.
The initiative, sponsored by Google, aims to empower residents of both Brockton, Massachusetts and St. Lucia by providing access to valuable skills, opening doors to future employment opportunities in the digital economy in the process. Effective January 6, 2025, the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, ECCB, has appointed Nigel Street as the official administrator for Financial Investment and Consultancy Services Limited, or FIX. The move follows consultation with FIX's board of directors and management.
We continue to function. We continue to be the company that has served the people of St. Lucia for over 30 years. And well, know that despite the process, FIX is going to continue.
A statement from the ECCB says FIX remains under ECCB's regulatory oversight and continues to serve its customers. The Ministry of Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment, in collaboration with the Embassy of the Republic of China, Taiwan and the Simply Help Foundation, has reaffirmed its commitment to inclusion and empowerment.
This initiative, implemented in partnership with the United Nations Development Programme and funded by the Caribbean Development Bank, is a testament of our shared commitments to resilience and empowerment. The COVID-19 pandemic brought unprecedented challenges, particularly to vulnerable populations and the institutions that serve them. It underscored the urgent need for adaptive solutions in education and caregiving. This handover builds on the foundation laid by the Effective Pedagogy and Cybersecurity Training Program, which equipped educators and staff with vital skills to enhance learning environments and safeguard digital spaces. Today's ceremony is more than a symbolic gesture. It represents tangible progress towards creating safer, more inclusive spaces for learning and development.
On December 11th last year, a ceremony held at the ministry's conference room officially marked the donation of these essential items to the people of St. Lucia, highlighting a collective effort to support the nation's most vulnerable communities. That's your news summary. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, News Desk, for these updates. We'll be right back for you with the free features we have promised. Black Excellence, but our very own Sherwin Bryce, also known as DUPES, has some opportunities here for us St. Lucians to probably extend our reach into other developing careers in technology and digital marketing. We are joined by Sherwin Bryce, the owner of Dupes Did It Music, who's going to be shedding some light on some wonderful initiatives that he has going on for the Black community and the Black-owned business community. So, Dupes, I'll give you the floor to just tell us a little bit more about these amazing opportunities that you have available for people.
So how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a great day. I'm Sherwin Dupes Bryce, singer-songwriter from the island of St. Lucia, currently residing in Brockton, Massachusetts. And I've partnered with a non-profit organization called Black Owned Brockton. I'm actually a member of the board. And when I found out that they had a number of scholarships available for Google certification, whether it be in marketing, cybersecurity, UX design, anything that has to do with growing and looking for opportunities to work in the tech world. And I was like, what? You have 400 scholarships? I think I know like 5,000 people that could take advantage. So how can we partner up and how can we make something happen? And the CEO of the company, Shalia Gilmer, was like, no problem at all, Dupes. If you see the vision, I see the vision. So we created a form, a Google form, simple form that people can fill out, show their interest, and it's Google through Coursera. So it's something that you can do self-paced. Once you sign up, the responsibility is on you now to go in, spend your 20 minutes, half an hour a day, and develop yourself. At the end, you will get an exam, and you continue to do the exam until you pass, and you will be a Google certified, whatever the field that you go into. So right now I'm studying digital marketing. I don't do anything that's why it's Dupes Did It. I don't ask people to get involved in anything I'm not willing to do. So I'm doing the digital marketing part, and I may dabble into like the cybersecurity because it's always been an interest of mine.
That's an excellent opportunity, especially in this current changing job market. Things are changing, careers are diversing into other areas. So that is wonderful, especially for someone who might not have the opportunity to get into that. So you're really providing a platform for people in St. Lucia, essentially.
It's the least I could do. I'm somebody that believes in the power of dreams, power of imagination, and the power of teamwork. So all of that checks all the boxes for me. As someone who's been a career musician, I understand the power of multiple income streams. So anything that you can do to level up yourself as an individual, you got to do it. I'm not a university graduate. I chose to take the route of an entrepreneur at a very young age of 17. So my self-development is very important to me. And any opportunity that comes across where I can do that for myself and help share with others, that's what I'm here to do.
Awesome, excellent. Well, thank you for joining us, Sherwin, and we hope to see more of you. Do you know of the link for the opportunity that people can?
So most definitely, I'm going to pin the post that has the QR code on my social media page, which is at Dupes Did It, DUPES DIDIT. But I also think I'm going to send you guys the link so you guys can put up the QR code yourself. It'll be somewhere on the screen. Scan it, click it. You all know the vibes, and maybe the link will even be there. Or send me a DM, hit me up. We'll make it happen.
All right. Thank you for providing this opportunity and keep doing all that you do. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
And before I go on and say space is limited, we can only do so many. So make sure you'll take advantage and do it quickly. Don't procrastinate.
It's about that time, St. Lucia. The Nobel Laureate Festival is here. We are going to be hearing from the committee members Delia and Michelle, who are going to be shedding some light on what activities are planned this year. Hello and welcome. We are here with Delia and Michelle from the Nobel Laureate Festival. Delia, tell us all about these wonderful activities that are going to be hosted from what used to be a week to now a month-long set of activities.
Yes, and even more than a month because we go into February. So it's going to be a wonderful time. I think the growth of the festival is one that everyone was not expecting. But because we ensure that we are trying to have an event that we can say there is something for everyone, we've expanded in that way. So we have events just for school children. We have events for young adults, for the mature adults. We have events ranging from exhibitions to competitions, to awards, painting, the customary lectures, author talks. There's so much creativity and just so much for everyone. And of course, I have to say thank you to our chair, Her Excellency Dame Paulette Louise, and our sponsors, the Bank of St. Lucia, the Library Cooperative Credit Union, Flow, and the St. Lucia Tourism Authority, because without them constantly giving us their support, we wouldn't be able to expand and let everybody know about us. And of course, our chair is responsible for our theme. And every year we have the theme that everyone knows is celebrating excellence. But then we always have part of the addition to it. And the addition this year is acclaiming our trailblazers, inspiring our nation. And what a wonderful theme it is, because you don't need to remember all of it. If you just think of trailblazers and inspiration, then you can kind of get the hook of what we're trying to do.
Definitely.
You know, because we have so many St. Lucians who are excellent in their field. Some of them we know, and some of them we don't know. And that is why we want to have within the festival a period where we can say to everyone, well, you know of these people, like, of course, Julian Alfred, like Darren Sammy, like Adrian Auger, like Jalim Yudovic, all these excellent people. But we also have other people in other fields that you may not know of. But that's when they all come out, especially for one of our events, which is Paint the Village, which takes place in Laborie, where we have Jonathan Gladden. He goes there and he helps everyone from all different levels of painting, children, artists, known artists, unknown artists, to come together and they paint. So that's one of the events that's for the family, and it's just grown year by year. So if you haven't been to an event, I think that's a wonderful event to actually make a start on.
Definitely, definitely. It sounds like you have a diverse range of St. Lucian creative people and excellencies, just St. Lucian excellency, really. And also, there's a lot of diverse range of activities for all different ages. You have the mature audiences, the young children. That's very nice and wonderful.
Yes, definitely. And we always like to start the festival with a blessing, a church blessing. So for people who have not come, please attend our church blessing. And if it's within your religion that you don't want to go to this church, because some people, they like that, you can also join us for the breakfast, which happens straight after. And the breakfast is just so wonderful. It takes place in the at Kubaril, and the nuns always, everyone knows, always kind of, you know about them, about the breakfast that they do. So if you can come, that will be wonderful. And that takes place on the 11th of, that's I think the first Sunday after we've launched the festival. And that is the best, you know, if you want to help us to kind of come and be with everybody and just enjoy yourself. It's a really nice way to start your Sunday and celebrate with us. And then that whole week we have all different things coming. But I think the best thing, if I can say to everybody, we have different videos. We have one that's called Celebrating Excellence, where we have known artists and economic people who talk about the influence that Sir Arthur Lewis and Sir Derek Walcott have had on them and on the world. And those are very short videos, so you can always see those. And then we have a program called Metaphorically Speaking. It's a podcast where I actually discuss a metaphor called climbing the greasy pole with Mr. Cornelius Rene. And he is the UK's first Black consultant for oculoplastic surgery, and that is a big thing.
It's a big deal. That
is a big deal. And if you go on our Facebook page, you will see how people, he's from Soufrière, and you can see the Soufrière massive on there, you know, saying to him, wow, congratulations. So we're not just concentrating on St. Lucians at home, but St. Lucians abroad as well.
We'd like to hear a little bit from you and your contributions to the program. I know they are very massive. Yes, definitely. So with my organization, Sludterra, we're actually going to be hosting the annual Writers Awards, and we've been hosting it for several years, starting from the year 2018. And what this is really doing is basically bringing to light the children who would have taken part in the Queen's Commonwealth essay competition. And sadly, the MNC Fine Arts Awards no longer exists. And that really touched me. So when I learned about the QCEC, I decided to actually do something about it and bring it to light and encourage our children to participate. And I reached out to them, and we're actually partners right now with the RCS. So that's the Royal Commonwealth Society. They're the ones who host the competition, and I'm also a junior judge in the competition as well. So I'm very, very involved in the
Very well
entire
involved,
process. But I wanted to go a step further. I wanted to make something more tangible so that children will see that there's something for them out there beyond just the writing. So I've actually collaborated with a couple of partners that have put together various prizes and tokens for the students. So they not only write about issues that are based on the theme each year, and it's always about the Commonwealth values and principles that they've held. And last year's theme was Our Commonwealth. So basically, they were challenged to write anything from poems to short stories to essays on that theme using any topic of their choice from what was presented to them, and they were asked to write anything, use your imagination. It could be fiction, it could be genuine things that are happening to you within your community, within your school. And I'm happy to say that last year, over 39,000 children, we surpassed the previous year's amount. Over 39,000 children across the Commonwealth participated. And of that 39,000, 14 of our students took part. So they are the ones we will be celebrating, recognizing, and rewarding. That is next week on the 15th of January at the award ceremony. So this is going to take place at the Finance Administrative Center, the conference room. It takes place from 9 a.m., or should I say 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So persons who are interested in finding out who those students are, because we do have their pictures posted up on the site, they can go to sludterra, sludtera.org/events, and they will be able to see everything that is taking place at this year's event. I do, however, want to call out to a couple of the students, because we've only had, I think, about 7 of them come forward and identify themselves. And we are still missing 6 of them who we have not yet identified who they are. So if you are watching, please reach out to me. You can contact me via email. That is sludtera@gmail.com, sludtera@gmail.com, or you can contact me at 724-0079 so that I can actually prepare an official invitation so that you can attend the event, because all students need to be present in order to be recognized.
Yes.
Well, Michelle, we would all like to thank you for keeping inspiring our young St. Lucian students, definitely, and giving them that opportunity to shine and rewarding them for all that they do. So hopefully one of these students are going to be a Nobel laureate. What do you say, Delia?
Well, definitely. And as Michelle was talking, I was thinking, I remember the first time that I attended, and it was just so wonderful to see the young people getting awarded. And I would like to ask people, don't think that because your child isn't there that you're not coming. You should come to support all of the young people there, because sometimes, unfortunately, with children, I know I did it, I don't know if you do it, but when someone says something to you and they're your family, you go, but if someone who doesn't know you comes and says, well, I think you should, you just do it. You just do it. That's right. So if we could have everyone who's interested in nurturing our children, our young people, and celebrating with them as they collect their awards. Because remember, they didn't just do it, they spent some time making sure that everything was wonderful, and they did what was to the best of their ability. So if they see other people coming out and awarding and rewarding them, it's only going to make them feel that so much better and more confident so that they can go up to the next step. So please make sure, everyone, that if you are in the area, that you take some time or make the time to attend. And also, if you want to know more about the festival, please go on to our Facebook page, which is Nobel Laureate Festival St. Lucia. And if you're not a Facebook person, you can also email us at info@nobellaureatefestivalstlucia.com, or you can text, courtesy of our sponsor Flow, 2842111.
Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you guys enjoyed these free segments that we put together for you, and I hope you're staying in tune because tomorrow we have a lot more going on.